Shalom, family. A Congregation of Deceit. That's just the name of this message. The Most High gave me this message. My son and I helped me with the scriptures, putting it together. And I didn't fully understand this message until I started putting it together, getting these tabs ready for this video. And now I understand it. I understand what the Most High is saying. Congregation of Deceit. What Congregation of Deceit? You see this picture here. This is a picture of a church. And many churches all across the world, especially Babylon, they are accepting homosexuals. All are welcome. They told us in our Christian church, the evangelical Christians, they had to come up with something. They've been proclaiming to the people, come as you are. They said this is the house of the Lord. They are right. It's the house of the Lord, B-A-A-L-G-O-D. It's the house of G-O-D. They are right. It is the house of G-O-D, but it's not the house of Yahuwah. The house of Yahuwah is ran completely different than these houses. So they proclaim in these houses, come as you are. So if a person gay, the evangelical Christians had to say, okay, well, they're gay. We had told the people that they should come as they are, and the word will clean you up. So they come as they are. And so now the gays, they went from the congregation, they went to the musicians, the singers, then now they are preaching and they are standing in front of their own churches. They have their own churches. And the people that's under them, that's the congregation. This is what I thought this message meant, but this is not what this message means. The Most High showed it to me and I will give it to you. Here it is. All right. This is Dead Sea Scrolls, page 568. Woe unto him. We saw this. The Most High brought this out before. Woe unto him who builds a city with blood. This is what the wicked will do. He will build a city with blood and funds a town upon falsehood. They built a town upon falsehood. I've been going into something and I understand the falsehood of Babylon and how it was. We know it was built on blood, but we don't know the falsehood that it was built upon because they don't teach this in your schools. They don't teach this in college. Most people have no clue. They have no clue of the falsehood that she was built upon. Is it, behold, is this not? Look at this. Is it not from Yahuwah of hosts that these people shall labor for fire? I told you, Most High gave us a message. They're laboring for nothing, for naught. They're laboring for the fire. These people in these houses, they're laboring for the fire. This is what they're laboring for. And the nations shall strive for naught, for nothing. Here is the interpretation. This concerns the spouter of lies. The Dead Sea Scrolls warns us about this spouter of lies. This is one man. It's singular. The spouter of lies. And he's before us. And the people, I've revealed who the spouter of lies is, who I believe. It can't be no other but this one. Who led many astray. See, this one person, this one wicked one led many astray that he might build his city, a city of vanity with blood. So he has murder in his heart. And raise a congregation on deceit. Here is your congregation of deceit. Once again, I saw this as a pastor, a gay pastor teaching a congregation of deceit. That's not what this message is about. That's not what the Most High was saying. I missed it until he allowed me to see this after I put this together, causing many thereby to perform a service of vanity. We have people in the churches. We have people in the camps. They're performing a service of vanity. I showed you guys what they were doing on the Shabbat out there in the streets, messing around with the homosexuals. A service of vanity for the sake of its splendor. To be pregnant with the works of deceit. So once again, They are pregnant. All they can give birth to is birth of deceit. They're pregnated with the works of deceit. This is the only thing they can give birth to. They can't give birth to righteousness, to Kadash. They can't do this. They can't give birth of the things of the Most High because they're not dealing in the things of the Most High. It looks like they're dealing in the things of the Most High, that their labor might be for nothing. Once again, we're being warned that their labor might be for nothing and that they might be punished with fire. They're doing all of this, going out on the Shabbats, every Shabbat. Christian churches doing all this work in the Christian church, doing all of this singing and dancing and yelling and hooping and hollering. The pastors get up in there to give one scripture and they go off on their life and all this other stuff that had nothing to do with the Most High. The people go in not knowing scripture, not knowing what's in the word. They come out not knowing what's in the word. When we have a class, I can't have a class, open up the scripture, and people come out of the class with me and say, I don't know no more of the word than before I went into class. If that's the case, one or two things has happened. You've grown to a point, you've outgrown the teacher. That's possible. You can outgrow the teacher. Or this person is teaching something to get something to someone else, that's someone else that needed, and this is not concerning you, and just something he's teaching in the area you already know. But it shouldn't happen over. And see, it happens over and over in the churches. It happens over and over in the camps. Once you grow to a certain point, you get the same teaching. So it happens over and over and over. They're laboring for nothing, and that they might be punished with fire, who vilified and outraged the righteous of the Most High. So the righteous are outraged. The righteous are upset with these people. The righteous are pointing their fingers and saying, this is a congregation of deceit. Now, what is deceit? Most people know deceit, but we have to see this. The action or practice of deceiving these people, their actions. See, I look at their actions, not what they say. I look at their actions. Their actions, they're practicing the practice of deceiving someone by concealing. They know certain things that they won't tell their members. So they are concealing or misrepresenting the truth. And we know what the truth is. Psalm 119, 142. The Torah is truth. They misrepresenting the Torah. And they're concealing. They're hiding things. They give you some truth and they give you some untruth. This is deceit. And they know it. They know what they're doing. But the people under them, they have no idea. The churches are on a lower level. The camps are on a higher level. And the deception, the people can't see it. Although they say we're in the truth, we know the truth. We walk in the truth. We have the Torah. We keep the Shabbat. We keep feast days. Although they say these things, they're walking in deceit. They're walking in deception. How do we know this? Well, we see them doing many, many things contrary to Torah. We see them breaking Shabbat. How can they break the Shabbat? They're trying to keep Passover in the land of captivity, in the most filthiest, wickedest land on earth. You see this breaking Shabbat. Pesach falls on the Shabbat. We see them out in the streets trying to, I don't know, give homosexuals the word of the Most High. I thought these same people said we're not supposed to cast our pearls before swine, but they're out there casting pearls before swine. And their people do not see it. Their people will back them and say, go ahead, give them the word, cry loud. You know why Isaiah 58 said, cry loud, lift up your voice, show my people their transgression and their iniquity. And so this is what they're doing out there in the streets. See, what does Enoch have to say? Enoch has something very, very vital to say here. In 104 and verse 10, this is very important for this message. Congregation of Deceit. I have yet revealed the congregation of deceit, but here it comes. And now I know this mystery, that the wicked ones, these wicked people, they will alter and pervert the word of righteousness in many ways. See, not in some ways, not in a little ways, in many ways. These wicked people, because of their congregation of deceit, they're going to pervert the word of righteousness. That's the Torah. They're going to twist it, alter it, change it. Remember, who changed the word of the Most High? This is a message the Most High gave to me. Who changed it? Because he doesn't change. He does not change. Neither does his word change. And his law cannot be broken. Yahushua said the scripture cannot be broken. But yet we read in the same book where it's done away with. You know, it was nailed to the cross. So these wicked ones will alter and pervert the word of righteousness. Christian churches alter and pervert the word of righteousness. The camps alter and pervert the word of righteousness in many ways, and will speak wicked words. What wicked words? A lie? Who lies? What righteous person lying concerning the scripture? And practice great deceits. So this is the congregation of, this is a deceitful congregation, a congregation of deceit. And this is what they're doing. We see them, great deceit. They're deceiving people. It says, watch this, and write books concerning their words. So I got it. I said, okay, this is not talking about, this message is not about the people under these pastors, the camps, the people under the camps. We're talking about the leaders. This message, the congregation of deceit, you lump all of the preachers, the pastors, the ministers, all of these people that's leading people. These are the ones that's responsible for perverting and altering the words of the Most High. They're responsible. You put them all together, this is your congregation of deceit. Now, Enoch's talking about a lie. They have a lie in their mouth. We know the leader of this congregation of the spouter of lies. You see, Shaul, and I have to bring Shaul into this because he is that spouter of lies. All Christian churches, listen to my point. All Christian churches follow Shaul. All of them. All Hebrew Israelite camps follow Shaul. All of them. Something is wrong. This is your congregation of deceit. This is their leader. Let's see him. Romans 3:7. For if the truth of the Almighty has increased through my lie. So this is an admission that he lies, because he's saying the truth of the Most High increased through my lie. See, we're ready to close the book and say, who is this? Who are you? You following someone that admit that they lie through my lie. And so all these others, they're following this liar. Do we need to lie concerning? All right, I'm talking to righteous people. You're trying to witness to someone. You open up the scripture. You show them the Most High's word, Torah. Do we have to lie about the Torah? Do we have to lie about his word? His word is Kadash. His word is his word. His word, he told me, my word is bond. I got that message. My word is bond. We don't have to lie. We don't have to lie to anyone concerning his word. So why do Shaul think he has to lie to increase? Because this God is not almighty. He's not Yahuwah, Alua. It's not the same one. This is someone else he's talking about. But you have to be sharp to pick that up. You have to be knowledgeable to pick that up. You have to have wisdom to pick that up. You have to know the Most High's word and his voice. And you have to know a strange voice from his voice. It's that simple. If you don't know the difference, you will believe a lie.